Invisible Friends is the newest mega hyped NFT project that just launched and just had the art revealed a few days ago. The floor price even reached 9 Ethereum pre-reveal, which is almost $30,000. So what has Invisible Friends done that gave them that 3,600% ROI in just a few days? In today's video, I'll be sharing their magic formula that just might make them the next Bluechip NFT. I'm Devin Cook. Let's talk about Invisible Friends and welcome back to Dev Money. Now first, we gotta talk about the project so that we're all on the same page. The Invisible Friends project is from the Random Character Collective, and they've already launched 2 other NFT projects, which I'm gonna be talking about here shortly. And their collection is of course already sold out. They had 5,000 NFTs and all 5,000 of them have already been minted, which commonly happens with popular NFT projects. And the Random Character Collective on Twitter has about 80,000 followers, and they are responsible for Slim Hoods, Mood Rollers, and now Invisible Friends. And when you look at their other projects, you can see that Slim Hoods has 38,000 followers, Mood Rollers also has about 34,000 followers, but Invisible Friends has 515,000 followers, so significantly more than the other projects. The art for Invisible Friends is by Marcus Magnuson over on Twitter. He also has quite a large following. And then mid-2022, Invisible Friends is going to do a 3D art collaboration with Newen Art. Invisible Friends was announced mid-December and they launched in February, and they just had the reveal on the 27th. And the Random Character Collective Discord has about 270,000 people on it, and that's one of the things that makes these projects sell out so quickly and then reach crazy floor prices like 9 Ethereum just a few days after launch. And the official launch date for Invisible Friends was February 23rd, and the mint price was 0.25 Ethereum for each of the Invisible Friends NFTs. So definitely higher than the typical 0.05, 0.08 Ethereum mint price for NFTs. But since they do have that track record of launching other NFT projects, that's what can sometimes justify this higher mint price. And really the main and one of the few utilities that they're mentioning with this project is that you're going to get access to the 3D Invisible collection in summer 2022 and future Random Character Collective NFT collections. And just like how Invisible Friends is going to get you access to their future NFT collections, the way to get on the whitelist for Invisible Friends was to hold a Slim Hoods NFT or a Mood Rollers NFT, because those NFTs, if you had them in your wallet, would give you whitelist access. And how this works is each Slim Hood and Mood Roller is equal to 1 point. And if you hold 2 Slim Hoods, you're going to have 2 points. If you hold 2 Slim Hoods and 2 Mood Rollers, you're going to have 4 points, etc. And then around 25 holders with the most points at the time of the holder snapshot will be added to the early access list, basically their whitelist. Those with 4 points or more are going to get an automatic spot, and remaining spots will first go to holders with 3 points and then to holders with 2 points. And when you look on OpenSea, they already have over 24,000 in Ethereum total volume traded, and then the floor price is almost 6 Ethereum. It's been fluctuating, especially after the reveal. They have 4.2 thousand owners, which is insane for a project that just has 5,000 NFTs. This would be the equivalent of seeing an NFT collection with 10,000 NFTs having 8.4 thousand holders, which is just an insanely high percentage. That's 84% unique wallets. And the art is definitely really attractive depending on who you are. Art is obviously subjective, but a lot of people are very interested in this running man, walking man style of art. And one of the best signs that you want to look for in new projects is to see if they've had some really high sales, because if you have really high sales, then that can be a good indication that some big players are interested in this NFT project, and that could mean good things for it in the future. And when we look at a couple of the highest sales, we can see a couple sold for 110 Ethereum each, so about $330,000 or so. This one sold for 50. We got a couple others that have sold in the 25 Ethereum range, a couple more in the 22 Ethereum range. So we are seeing a lot of high dollar sales for these NFTs, which is a really great sign for this project, and that could mean that you could see a lot more long-term adoption for this project. And looking at the historical floor price for this project, obviously it's not been around very long, but pre-reveal, we did see the floor price hit this 9 Ethereum mark, which is typically what's going to happen before the reveal for a project. You're going to see that price kind of hit a peak, and then post reveal, you're going to see that decline to around 6 Ethereum or so, which is what we've seen, because after the reveal, people are taking gains and selling off their NFTs. But before the reveal, they like to hold on to their NFTs in case they get one of those exceptionally rare NFTs that could sell for 110 Ethereum. But since most people don't get those exceptionally rare NFTs, which is why they're exceptionally rare, this sell-off happens and the floor price dips down after the reveal. So what did Invisible Friends do that helped it become so popular and have such a successful launch and reach that 9 Ethereum price in just a couple of days? Well, I've gone through their project and I've deciphered their magic 4-pronged formula that has got them to where they are. First, they've had past successes with their other projects that people can look back on as their track record. Why do so many people look at Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Ray Dalio, or Graham Stephan for financial advice? And yes, I am including Graham in that list because he's just that good. Shout out to Graham, go subscribe subscribe to them. It's because each of those people have put in the time and the work in order to become financially successful. And by doing so, it gives a lot more credibility to their voice in the financial space. And the same thing is true for NFTs. Whenever a new project comes out, honestly, you never know what's going to happen. It could flop, or it could go to the moon like Bored Ape Yacht Club. And so it really is a hit or miss with NFT projects, especially if you don't know the creators and you're just placing a gamble that the creator can deliver. And maybe they will. They'll create a great project and you're going to see some massive gains from your NFTs, or maybe they'll just pull the rug right out from underneath you. So when creators have an NFT project that they release and it does okay, or maybe even does well, and then they have another NFT project that they release and maybe it does a bit better than the first one, well, by the time they create a third NFT project, people are going to start looking at it and thinking, well, maybe this third one is going to do even better than the last two. And by looking at a creator's history, you can extrapolate that past performance into the future, and you can determine whether or not it's going to be a less risky play to go with this creator that has a track record versus this brand new creator who you don't know anything about. And that, in my opinion, is one of the reasons that Invisible Friends has done so well. That's also why I think Book Games has done so well, why Clone X Avatars has done so well, and why Mutant Ape Yacht Club has also done so well. There's a ton of examples where a creator has an NFT project that does extremely well, and then when they create another NFT project, that initial project is going to be the fuel for that second project's success. And Invisible Friends have done this with the Slim Hoods and Mood Rollers collections. And you might take note that their floor prices have dropped pretty significantly since they're no longer being used as whitelist spots for Invisible Friends. And this is something that the Random Character Collective is going to continue to do. They're going to keep making NFT projects, and they're going to keep giving access to the whitelist by holding NFTs from their other collections. And it's really a great strategy to keep people invested in your past collections and give them access to your future collections. It's really a good way of creating super fans. Now, the second thing they've done is taken advantage of a trend in the NFT space, which in this case is that Running Man, Walking Man style of art. Now, you may be thinking that just taking advantage of a trend might seem a bit gimmicky and that that's not going to work in the long term, but there's billions of dollars made by companies throughout the world that are just taking advantage of trends. For example, in 2007, Apple came out with the iPhone and its multi-touch screen. And I would be really surprised if someone watching this video is using a phone that doesn't have a screen, a multi-touch screen that is just like the iPhones. And why is that? It's because every other phone company has taken advantage of that trend that Apple created back in 2007. And 10 years ago, when Elon Musk and Tesla started creating electric cars and saying that they were going to be the future, there was a lot of people that didn't think they were going to catch on and that it would just fade away and we'd stick with gasoline cars. But now we have every major car manufacturer implementing electric engines into their vehicles in some form or another. So if you're looking to create an NFT project or invest in one, a good place to start is looking at where the trends are and then deciding how you can capitalize on them. And that doesn't mean just to copy other projects, but the idea is to actually innovate and do that trend better than any other NFT project is currently doing it. Now, the third thing that Invisible Friends did is they didn't rush their project. You can make a ton of money with NFTs, and people these days know that. And sometimes creators can feel a bit of a gold rush, and that can cause them to expedite their project to try and make all that money. Even if creators aren't trying to rug pull people, a lot of times they're trying to get their projects out as fast as possible because they want to make some money, which is completely understandable. But the problem with doing this is that it takes a lot of time to create a meaningful NFT project. It takes time to build a brand, to launch the project, to make sure there aren't any errors within the project and the smart contract. You have to make sure you have a fair way of creating a whitelist for your community. You have to manage gas fees and make sure you create a launch system that isn't going to cause gas wars. There's so many steps to creating an NFT project, and when people try to rush the process to try and make some money, that's typically not going to lead to success. Invisible Friends were announced in December, and they waited about 2.5 months until the launch of the project. And that's with them already having the experience of launching 2 previous projects. So if you see a creator trying to launch a project in just a couple of weeks, unless they have a massive amount of experience, that's a big red flag to me. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither were Bluechip NFTs. Now, the fourth and maybe most important thing that they've done is they focused on building a brand around Invisible Friends. And one of the ways they've done this is by releasing merchandise, which is a pretty popular thing for NFT projects to be doing nowadays. It's like back when every YouTuber was releasing custom merch for their channel. That's what NFT projects are doing these days. But Invisible Friends are actually also collaborating with major brands, in this case, Sotheby's. They're going to be working with Sotheby's on a long-term basis, and Sotheby's is also going to be auctioning off some of the rare Invisible Friends NFTs and other NFTs from the Random Character Collective. And I think collaborating with major brands and building that brand awareness is one of the big missing links that a lot of NFT projects are missing. missing. Most projects just aren't collaborating and they're not trying to build brand awareness outside of the typical NFT channels. For example, VFriends has Uno cards that they're releasing this year in collaboration with Mattel. Bored Ape Yacht Club has partnered with Adidas. The CloneX Avatar project has partnered with Nike. I mean, actually they got bought out, but technically it's still a partnership. And the best NFT projects are working to have their collections known throughout the entire world rather than just the NFT world. And when you combine all four of these components into one NFT project, you get a project that is not guaranteed to be a blue chip, but in my opinion has a much higher chance. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching and check out the links down below to get 3 free stocks when you sign up for Webull.